Now, I had a very bad sign actually today and the other day. I didn't feel exactly my hand. It was like not mine for about half an hour. And today, I can't sleep for days at all. And today, I felt like something was some kind of pressure in my chest. So, with so many heart disease in my family, this is a very bad news. Uh, there is nothing I can do to stop it. What can I do to stop it? To do something? Uh, yeah, my grandmother had angina pectoris. My mother and my father both had some problems with the heart, and it's very likely that I will have problems with my heart. So yes, it's a bad news. What I want to speak about today is you'll be surprised. It's not a surprise actually that there is something with my heart, because there is a reason for every disease you have. Your disease is usually the mirror of your thinking, of your life, of your thinking. And it's very hard to get healthy, if you know what I mean. What I want to talk about is that you'll be very surprised, but I think that love, what we call love, between man and woman, things like that, like in a relationship, it just doesn't exist. It's just an illusion. It's just a possession. The feeling of possession. I possess you. It's the same with mothers that give birth to children. I possess you. That's why I love you. You are mine. You're not somebody else's. You are mine. So if you are mine, you're better than somebody else's. And I'll take care of you. You won't take care of somebody else. You will take care of you, yourself, your things, your people, your tribe. This is what's important. So we are very tribal people, actually. And we kind of like to separate ourselves, one tribe from another. You have that in the description of those biblical times. They had some tribal thing going on, and it never ceased. So I'm actually very surprised how they enslaved, for example, black people to create America. They're all like tribal or something like that. They came from Africa, from some kind of tribe. But they didn't, they thought they were better than them, They didn't take into the consideration that they're from some kind of tribe too, like we are people and they are not people. Something like that, they're, I don't know what. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a black man. It only matters to enslave somebody for free, and somebody that will work for you for free, for nothing. And this is what happened to my country too. European Union just wanted to expand to the poor countries where they got their territory for nothing, and they built their shopping centers. I already spoke about that. They built thousands of shopping centers and bullshit with their own goods, for their own profits, and they got our territory for like $1. And this is called democracy. And it's called capitalism, of course, but it's called democracy. You know, we're so democratic, you know, in everything. We're so equal. It's unbelievable, you know. And then you got different associations today that help people with human rights and things like that. You got them now, today, to speak about human rights, because it's easier to speak than to work, you know. Why should you go to the village or something? Well, village people are stupid, you know. You want a better life for yourself and for everybody. So, yeah, they're very important, but they are not that important, you know. And you just follow the trace of money, where their money comes from, and you'll understand everything. You know, who finances them, whose bread you're eating, his song you'll be singing. But today, you don't even know what that song is about, because it's easier that way. So what I wanted to say, I lost all faith that love, like love, really exists. You only have to tolerate somebody, to put up with somebody, just not to stay alone, or to achieve some goals. You know, if you want to use other people for something, that's very easy, you know. Male-female relationships, I don't know if they're necessary at all, because I don't see the sense in it, except to have children and to create like the future. I don't see if they're necessary at all. I saw very early in life how men treat women. You know, if he is like 4 or 5 years in a relationship and he doesn't give you a ring, you're just a placeholder. You're not the person he thinks there is somebody better than you. If he doesn't call, he's not interested. If he doesn't do this, do that, if he doesn't do anything, he's not interested. They're very easy to know, actually. And they're just slaves of habit. Everybody is a slave of habits, his or her habits. And what you were taught as a child, it will follow you for the rest of your life. That's how it is. It's very seldom that somebody changes something. You don't even change your way of eating, you know. It's very seldom. You have to have a reason for that. Is it any wonder I probably would have some heart disease or blood pressure related disease? I don't think that love actually, what we think of love, it exists. For example, I was given very little love as a child. It was always like there is something for everybody, but not for you. So I had to always manipulate or something to get something, you know, something that's normal. But I didn't get it because the people around me were not very capable of love. So that maybe made me into the person that I am today. I don't believe in it at all. I don't believe in, I believe actually in boredom. You get bored with something, someone. I get bored with stupid work. I get bored with many things because this is not it. So this is one way for you to see that this world is illusion. This is what I've been talking about for the past 3 years or something like that. That this world is illusion. You know, it's David Icke was right, of course, when he said this is a simulation. But who created it? You know, and why? For what purposes? Experience. Remember when Eve bit the apple? She only bit the apple because it says why, actually. She only bit the apple because she wanted experience. It's good for the experience. That's what it says. You people don't know how to read. You know, just learn how to read the Bible. And then be a smartass. But then you won't be a smartass because something will stop you. She wanted experience, so this is what she got. I think that very early she understood that she doesn't need that experience, and as well as Adam. This is how it goes in your own life. You don't need that experience, you know. People write songs about love, but they are not capable of love, you know. They're just not capable. Because they're in love with love, they're not in love with the person. You know, with a person, you have to know how to do things and how to speak with her. And I've noticed about men, for example, the older man you choose, the worse he is. He has a certain way of living, and he doesn't give up on that. He has his expectations or something. He knows things. He's not very young and very stupid anymore. And the worse they are. The better you treat them, the worse they treat you. And this is what I heard. I actually, I heard it from somebody, and this is the truth. I actually don't have that much experience at all, but I always listen to other people's stories, and I learned from them, from their experiences. I didn't need my experiences. I learned from them, you know. I remember how my grandmother lived. I remember how my mother lived. I remember what men are like, you know, my grandfather was the best grandfather in the world you can ever imagine. You know, you can fuck all people in my family, but not my grandfather. You know, that's how important he was in my life. And he was the best grandfather in the world, but he wasn't the best husband. He was terribly jealous. I loved him very, very much, but he was terribly jealous of my grandma. And he wasn't a good husband, you know. There are different kinds of love. What we call love. I don't think it's ever going to work. This is one of the reasons why marriage was invented. To put up with somebody's shit like forever, you know, till death do us apart, you know. And especially in the old times when people needed each other, they didn't have anything. They didn't have electricity, they didn't have cars, they didn't have anything. They were poor and they needed each other, you know, to survive, for survival. And of course she got pregnant every year, you know. She's like 40 years old with 20 children. Of course, you know, because this is how it goes. You tamper with nature and you get pregnant. Then about pregnancy, I have to say something about that too. It's amazing to me how many women achieved something through pregnancy. It's true, you can stay pregnant somehow. I don't know, you just do. That's the way of life, you know. And but the truth is, I know so many that stayed pregnant to achieve something. So you don't have children out of love. You have children because you want to change your future husband, you want to change your life, you want to settle somewhere, you want to do something, you want experience. So if you want experience, when times get hard, don't come to me to complain. Of course they will get hard. I don't need experience. I'm tired of experiences. I listen many times to other people, and they give me their experiences. And they seem to repeat itself all the time. God doesn't repeat himself. He doesn't repeat himself. You now have two people in the world with the same, how do you say, the fingerprints, You don't have two people with same fingerprints. Why don't you do that? Where were you when the world was created? The one who created it knew how to make a fingerprint for 7 billion people and more and more. They don't repeat themselves, but you didn't. You just stayed pregnant and hope for the best. And then you have a stupid kid, a sick kid, or something like that, or a stupid husband. You see you married a monster or a stupid wife. You see actually that you didn't need that experience at all. And you feel sorry for it. Why was God angry at these first two people who beat the apple? Well, I just gave you everything, but you wanted more. So don't ask for bread over a bagel, because you're going to lose them both. And yes, I've got many other things to say, but I don't want to say them. I'm not sure you're going to like them. I'm not sure why I tell this in English. Maybe I want the English-speaking audience to understand me. I don't know. You tell me. Or maybe I think that what I'm saying is important, but you don't, obviously. And that's it from me for today. I'm very tired of this life. I'm tired of everything. And is it any wonder I might have problems with the heart? Because heart is who you are. And people constantly attack, who am I? I am. Therefore, I have nothing to become in order to be. How about that? And people constantly attack the fact that I am who I am. They constantly have something against it, like it's the end of the world for them. I don't know why. They just cure their own psychological defects, so to speak. And they needed a person to do that. I'm sick and tired of people like that at work, in life, or generally, and something like that. I'm sick of people who want to be the smartass for me. I'm sick of people who want to teach me a lesson, usually like very religious people. I believe in God, I do, because God is almighty, and that's it. But I don't believe in religion, because religion is something probably, I'm not really sure if it's made up or not, but probably it is. Probably has facts, but probably it doesn't. It's too old to know. And it's just one step towards the real God in you. You know, I can't believe, for example, when I said that people don't know how to read, I can't believe that Jesus gave you, for example, in Christianity, Jesus gave you the prayer, Our Father, and I can't believe that you recite this prayer for centuries, but when I say, I am God too, I am a part of Him, I am the way, the truth, the life too, you know, just it's in my own way, just like a fingerprint. And I can't believe that you have the same recital for centuries, but you never heard that He said, Our Father. You know, if He's my Father, then obviously you are not, you know. If He's my Father, then I can do everything that Jesus did. Why? Well, He said it Himself. He said, if you do anything to one of my smallest brothers, if you do anything to them, you did it to me. I am your brother too. I can walk on water. I'm just not interested. I have different things to do in life. For some reason, I have my own reason to live. You know, I don't know what is that reason. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe I'll find out. It doesn't matter. Because of the experience. Fucking experience. I don't need experience. I want peace. Peace of mind. I want my own peace. I don't want to lose everything because of 2 pounds of meat. That will give me a hard time, that will want to order me around, that will who knows what they will do to me. You know, I don't trust anybody, because in life I saw the truth, and the truth is really simple. You only have God to trust Him. You don't have anybody else. You remember one of the Psalms, it says, it is vain to hope for a deliverance from a horse, something like that. And it's true. You know, a horse is a horse. He can change his mind anytime, you know. He can leave anytime. So do people. You know, you can show a horse a river full of water, but you can't make him drink. He'll just go away, you know. You can spend all your life finding that river, but if he doesn't want to drink, there's nothing you can do. It's the same with people. If I go to the river and if I don't want to drink, it's my choice, not yours. And then I invented religions. Of course, men invented religions because they like to play God. Mostly, they like to do this. But women like it too, but in a different way. They need children to give birth, actually. To feel like a goddess or something, you know, to feel like they're entitled to call somebody his own, you know, you are mine, you know, and I will order you around, you know. I saw the faults in everything. I'm incredibly capable of doing it. I don't have the need to criticize, but very often I do. Because I cannot understand how can you exist without seeing something that is so obvious. You see one tree, but you don't see the forest. Or you see the forest, but you don't see the one tree, you know. So you hit your head, you know. And you keep hitting your head. Of course you do, because you don't see very well. You people, as I said, don't know how to read. So I've also learned in life, there is a saying, dress up a pig in gold, it will still go into the mud. And I've learned in life that maybe it's better, you know, in the areas where I live, everybody seems to help each other, and then they help you, and then they reproach later, or how come she didn't do that, and I told her to do that. Who are you to tell me what to do? You know, they feel offended when you refuse help, or when you don't want to do something they want you to do, you know. Everybody is taking care of somebody else, and I kind of don't like it. I see where it comes from. It usually comes from good intentions, but good intentions really lead to hell, you know. They really do. Usually they give you what you don't want. Not what you want, what you don't want. And yeah, that's all for me for today. Yeah, I have something to talk about, but maybe not in this video. And who knows, before I die, this is my last video then. There is nothing I can do if I feel, it's not a chest pain, it's like some kind of pressure, so it is a bad sign. It's a very bad sign actually. And it was very hot in the previous few days. Of course we had rain today, and I was like, thank God, you know, some refreshment in the air. But it was too hot and I didn't like it. I don't like heat. And basically, yes, it's a bad news. So until some other time, if I'm alive, if I don't get a heart attack, I'll see you next time.